I want to introduce you to my friend Sue Hilchey today. We've been friends since the 5th grade. I remember days in high school together. She was voted best personality in the senior class. She was the head cheerleader at my high school. It seemed like everything in her life was perfect, but it wasn't. Little did we know that behind the scenes, she was being raised in a home that was anything but happy. Her parents were Polish immigrants who didn't speak English well. They had a lot of children to take care of and to feed. And her dad was an alcoholic. She was raised in this home of turmoil and fighting and conflict. She accepted Jesus as her Lord and Savior, and it's changed everything for her. It's changed how she views the memories of her past. It changed how she's raising her children today. It's changed her marriage. She's an incredible example of what can happen in a life that's sold out to Jesus, because He even changes the way we view our past.
I was number 3 in a family of 7 children. My dad was a Polish immigrant. He was a very hard worker, but he was a hard player also. What I remember about our home life, our childhood, was that my dad was not there very often, but he was working. He was a hard worker, and he was a bartender in the evenings. So that was where he was. He was always at the bar. If he wasn't working, he was there anyway. My mom worked a lot of swing shift, second shift type jobs, and so she was not home a lot either. My oldest sister, we all contend she raised us. I thought everybody outside of our front door had a perfect family. I thought that all of my friends had perfect moms and dad. We always had alcohol in the house. If my dad was at the bar late, came home, there was arguing in our home, mainly between my mom and dad. Sometimes those arguments became physical. School for me was an escape. I was married at 20. High school boyfriend found that his family was very different than ours, and I thought that was a way that I was going to escape who I was. I'm going to leave that maiden name behind, and I'm now going to have a new name. I think I was always trying to escape my past. Depression to me was walking numbly, basically, through the day. I knew what I had to do. I knew in my head what I had to do. Get up, go to work. I was overeating. As a young mom, I just remember being tired, but I had 3 little kids too, but I just remember being so tired. I did not keep a good home. I loved being a mom. I loved that part of it. I was just always looking for more. I just always thought there was more. I prayed a lot, looked to the Lord to, just help me get through the day sometimes. It was help me get through this next hour even. I remember watching the 700 Club, and I remember hearing that there are many mansions. When we get to heaven, there are many mansions, and that's a promise of the Lord. And I remembered looking around at our home thinking, okay, Lord, if this is not going to be, if I'm never going to live in a mansion on earth, I'm looking forward to that mansion in heaven. And I stood on that promise that the Lord promised me a mansion in heaven. I was baptized by immersion in 2004, and at that point I promised the Lord that I was going to give up things. At the very first Just Joy conference, where I was convicted about having idols before the Lord. And I knew it was things. I knew it was, I had a life of busyness too. I truly believe that in that baptism, the Lord just washed away those, a wrong focus that I had, the idols that I had, the past. I truly believe the past was just washed away. It's not your fault. Do your best, but always, you know, our example is the Lord. He loves us. He is good. Everything that we've been through is for a reason. I believe in prayer. I believe that, you know, the Lord gives us peace. I would say to trust, also to stay in the Word. That's one of the most important things that I've learned through Just Joy Ministries. And to pick out the people, too, that you want to emulate. I was focusing on the people that had things that I wanted. Now I want to emulate the people that have happy families, happy marriages, and to focus on the Lord. Deliver me. When the